Welcome back to another video. My name's Otto and welcome back to another ranking video. Today I'll be ranking every single Spider-Man movie there is, but only live action and the 2 animated Spider-Verse movies. I will not be doing the spin-off movies like Venom or Madam Web. No, just only the Spider-Man movies. I will not be doing the old Spider-Man movies, just the one with the new movies from like the Tobey's first Spider-Man movie to Tom's Spider-Man Brand New Day. Those are the only movies I'll do. So, here we go. We're going to start at last place to first. If y'all seen my X-Men ranking, you would know, like, I will be doing the same thing. But I definitely fixed everything. I got everything set up. The X-Men ranking video, it took 3 videos to make in, like, an hour and 20 minutes because everything was just so messed up, and I don't know how to edit. So, I finally got everything, and this is just a 1 video. So, there we go. So there are 11 Spider-Man movies, and at dead last, it's gotta be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't think this is a bad movie, it's just there are 3 things I don't like about this movie, and one of those reasons is Electro. Electro is blue, he's not yellow. In the comics and in the games, he's yellow, and they even fixed him in Spider-Man No Way Home. When he came back, they put him yellow. Like, I never liked it when I was a kid. I didn't read Spider-Man comics when I was like 5 or 6. I had like no comics at the time, so like, but like I had like my phone, so like I did my research that like Electro was yellow, so, and I just didn't like Electro being blue. I did like the actor playing him, Jamie Foxx. He did very good. I love him in Django Unchained, but. That's one of the reasons. The second reason is Harry Osborn is in here, and like it just doesn't fit him. And like him becoming the Green Goblin or the New Goblin or whatever he's called, yeah, that's just terrible. They just did terrible CGI, and I remember watching something that the actor to play Harry Osborn in that movie, Dane DeHaan, like went through terrible stuff through it. Like he was sweating so much they stick a tube in like in the back and like. Or like something, I don't remember. It was something terrible that he experienced. And then the third and final reason is Gwen Stacy's death. I didn't like her death. I never liked it. Like, it's very emotional, but like, I don't think she deserved to die. I think she just deserved to stay alive. It's very, very sad to see, but like, I don't think she deserved to die. So, this movie, I give this a 7 out of 10. I do like some of the story of it. It's just, like, with Norman Osborn dying, the ending, I really do love the ending, like, with the Sinister Six, with the canceled universe, which, that's stupid. But, yeah. So, this movie's I'm so sorry. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. Alright. At number 10, a lot of people's going to hate me for this, but Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire. I don't think this is a bad movie. It's just, I got one issue about this movie, and Spider-Man, Peter, he loses his powers. I don't like that. I really don't. So, like, but the rest of the movie is good. They got great cast, great cast, great soundtrack, great story, everything. It's just, I love a lot of Spider-Man movies, so I had to put this at number 10, because I got so many great Spider-Man movies. So, yeah. So, I give Spider-Man 2 a 9 out of 10, because I just didn't like of Peter losing his powers. At number 9, it is Spider-Man Homecoming. I also don't think this is a bad movie. Okay, to be stars, like, the only bad movie I don't like with Spider-Man is The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but like the other movies after, but the other movies, I love all of them. It's just, I need to have room for these movies. So, Spider-Man Homecoming, this movie was actually pretty good. I really, really love how Vulture's the main antagonist in here, and how Michael Keaton played him. I have a thing for, like, comic book villains, I just do. I don't know why, but I always loved them when I was, like, a kid, so. And I remember watching this back at a trailer. It was not this. Like, this is my grandpa's house that we out now. We used to live in a trailer. I remember watching that in that trailer. Dang. That was, 2017? Yeah, that was 9 years ago. Holy crap. 9 years ago. That was 9 years ago. My God, time has flown. 9 years ago. Dang. But anyway, I really did love the story. I love how, like, Peter, like, was, like, being trained by Tony. And, like, with the suit. I love the suit. It was a pretty good suit. And, like, that cameo with the Prowler. Or not, what's his name? Aaron Davis. Like, Miles' uncle. I really do like that cameo. Danny Glover, that's his name. And I also like how he makes a cameo in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and his Prowler suit. That was pretty cool and pretty funny at the same time. I actually went to go watch that movie in theaters, Across the Spider-Verse. But this movie, Spider-Man Homecoming, it was actually pretty good. I love how Ned Leeds is like his friend, and like, oh my God, the Death Star destroying, oh my God. I feel so bad for that dude. I just feel so bad. And that one scene, like when he's like, at the end, when like he's telling Peter where to go, and like he gets caught by a teacher, and he says, I'm watching porn. That's funny. That's funny. I didn't even know what porn was back then, but now I know. Please don't go look that up. But anyway, Spider-Man Homecoming, so I give that movie a 9 out of 10. That's just seems so funny. Okay, number 8, Spider-Man Far From Home. Again, I also don't think this is a bad movie, but this movie was pretty good. Like, it's pretty good. It's like, it's got great casting. I love Mysterio. He was like a very good. I always liked him when I was like a kid for some reason. I actually love his boss fight in Spider-Man 2, the game Spider-Man 2. That's my favorite boss fight, and they orchestrated that so good. And Mysterio, I have just one thing about him that makes me like not like him. In the movie Spider-Man Far From Home, the reason why Mysterio is bad is because of Tony Stark, of like what he said back in the Captain America Civil War, like something. He called it BARF. It was short. It was like it's an acronym. BARF is an acronym for something, and that made Mysterio mad and wanted to take revenge. Like, I just didn't like that part. But the rest of the movie, I did like it. I love like the plot, the story. I like how you just can't trust anything with Mysterio because of his illusions, which he doesn't even have any powers. Right. In the games, in the comics, he has powers. In the movie, he has drones. Oh, that's true. Oh. But still, I thought it was pretty cool with the drones. So, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. Alright. At number 7, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I think this movie was pretty good. Okay. I think all these movies are just a 10 out of 10, so like, but this is just like how I like them. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, this movie just had a lot. I had to put this at 7 because it just showed a lot. With the universes, all that Spider-Man, a freaking Spider-Man dinosaur, a T-Rex and a Spider-Cat. Yeah, it just had too much, but I really do love the cameo scene from Venom, Mrs. Chin. Mrs. Chin from Venom, the first Venom movie, or the 3 Venom movies, makes a cameo in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and the spot says, it doesn't look like you're freaked out, and you see like a chin, you see a face Mrs. Chin does. It was pretty cool. I was so hyped to see her, like, make a cameo. I was surprised. Because, like, of the stuff she sees every day with Venom. So, I give Across the Spider-Verse a 10 out of 10. Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't even say even more. Hang on. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I do like how Miles was not supposed to be there as Spider-Man. It was an accident from another dimension. How Dimension 42 was supposed to be that Spider-Man, but this universe, it went to this universe. That was crazy. And like, what was it called? Nexus Fragments or whatever? Or Canon Events? I think it was Canon Events, where they have to lose someone, and if they save them, it like destroy like a black hole will form. I think they were called Canon Events. I really did like that part, and like I like how Spider-Man 2099 appeared, and the like I said this in my X-Men ranking, the voice actor for Spider-Man 2099 is Oscar Isaac, who also plays Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse and Moon Knight in the Moon Knight TV series. Same actor, same actor. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. It's just he plays 3 different Marvel characters. It's crazy. But I'm not saying he's a bad actor. He's a good actor. I really love him in Del Toro's Frankenstein. So, I give Across the Spider-Verse a 10 out of 10. At number 6 is The Amazing Spider-Man. I haven't watched this movie when I was a kid. I've watched this movie when I was like 10. Like before we left the trailer. It was like a year before we left the trailer. Or a year or two before we left the trailer. And like Disney Plus was started happening, and so like I finally have the advantage to watch every single Marvel movie, and this was one of the movies I watched. And when I first watched this movie, I actually very liked it. Hang on, sorry about that. As I was saying, I really like The Amazing Spider-Man. I love how the Lizard was a villain in here, like slowly like showing them all the Sinister Six villains. And I really do like how Lizard talks in here, because in the comics and the games he doesn't in the games he doesn't talk, and this is the first time Lizard talks, and I actually very like it. It really fits his role. And I really like do love the casting. Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone. Yeah, that's all. That's all I know. I do like the story, and like it's very sad to see like Captain Stacy dying, the canon event. But yeah, I actually really love this, and I really do love the scene when like when the Lizard breaks into the school and Peter's fighting him without his suit on, because Lizard knows who he is now, because with the camera he left. I watched this movie recently. I watched this like yesterday. So yeah, this movie, very good. 10 out of 10. Alright, at number 5, it is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This movie was absolutely phenomenal when I first watched this, and this was Stan Lee's last acting role as the cameo before he died. Rest in peace, legend. But in this movie, it was actually pretty good. I like how it started off like with like 5 or 6 different universes going into Miles' universe. But like in the second movie, it just had like every single universe like appear like with the Spider-Mans. But in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you got Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman. I don't know. I call her Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen, Peter Parker, old, Penny Parker, Spider-Ham, Spider-Noir. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so 5 Spider-Men going into his universe, and like his Spider-Man dying because of his accident, and like he replaces Spider-Man. But and I really do like how the Prowler is in here. Like the first time, that freaking theme was amazing. It's very good. This movie is definitely must watch, and it definitely changed animation like differently. Apparently they used the same animation for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and another movie I can't think of. But this movie is phenomenal. I love how Kingpin is the villain, and I like how Spider-Man I don't even know what I'm about to say. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, okay. I like how Kingpin is the villain, and I really like how the voice actor for Kingpin is actually the same actor to play Sabretooth in X-Men Origins Wolverine. That was pretty cool. I think I said that in my X-Men ranking. So Into the Spider-Verse, I give this a 10 out of 10. As I was saying, I give these all a 10 out of 10, but it's just the rankings. So at number 4, Spider-Man No Way Home. I really enjoyed this movie when I first watched it. I love how I love how the Sinister Six was forming into Tom Holland's Spider-Man's universe, because you got Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Lizard, and Electro. But they were missing one person to form the Sinister Six. And it had oh wait a minute, Venom. It brought Venom. 2. All right, because like apparently I read like Venom, like all symbiotes share the same hive mind. So like the symbiote in Spider-Man 3 is sort of like in the same universe, and that's why he remembered Spider-Man. Maybe that's a theory going around, or it could be true. And like Venom, like knowing who Spider-Man is, that'd be pretty cool. Or like, I think it's true. I don't know. It's like a theory I came up with, or someone else. I don't know. But yeah, so six villains went to Tom's universe, but then when the spell was fixed, they don't know who Spider-Man was anymore. So, Peter Parker. My bad, Peter Parker. They didn't know who Peter Parker was. But I really love how Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield came back, and like they all like teamed up to fight their own villains, and like the villains being transformed, and like Tom trying to save them before they're dying, but it just brings them back to before they died. So like he didn't save them. He literally just did not save them. So yeah. But this movie, oh, and I like how Electro finally turns yellow in this movie, so I do love that. And I love how, like, Sandman, you don't see his physical body because the actor, this was being filmed during COVID, and so the actor to play Sandman in Spider-Man 3, Thomas Hayden Church, he had COVID, so he had to film his scenes at home, I think, or film his voices, and they had to use, like, old footage to, like, bring him back to, like, a physical form in the movie, so yeah, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. I really do love this. At number 3, the first Spider-Man. I really love this movie. I think this movie is phenomenal. The Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire, the director for those movies are Sam Raimi, the same creator for Evil Dead, and Evil Dead is like part of my heart. I really love Evil Dead, and so this is like, it's pretty cool how he directed this movie. I think it was good. It did a good start to, like, from beginning to end. The final fight between Spider-Man and Green Goblin. Excuse me. And, like, Osborn dying. And, like, yeah, I think this movie was good. This is a definitely good movie. And, like, the spider being bit, like, right here or somewhere, or that was right here? I think it was on the palm. Maybe that's why he shot the webs. But yeah, he has our organic webbing. I think that was pretty cool. This was not the movie. This was not a movie I have watched when I was a kid. But the next movie after this I ranked was the only Spider-Man movie I grew up with. But, so, I give Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire's, a 10 out of 10. Okay, at number 2, this was the Spider-Man movie I grew up with, and a lot of people's gonna hate me for this, but Spider-Man 3. I really love this movie. A lot of people hate it for some reason, but this was the only Spider-Man movie I grew up with. We only had this third Spider-Man. We also had The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I didn't watch that as much as Spider-Man 3. I really, really do love this movie. Spider-Man 3. I love how Harry becomes the new Goblin, or the Green Goblin, or whatever you call it, Hobgoblin. I don't know. There's so many Goblin names. And, like, I really do like Sandman, and Venom is in there. And, like, he turns the suit to black. It's very cool. And people are making memes with Bully Maguire. And I like the scene when he takes the symbiote off, and, like, it goes to Eddie. And yeah, that was a very cool scene. That actually always scared me. That was because, like, it felt like I was watching a horror movie. Just with that scene. But I really love this movie. I love the final fight. I love how Harry and Peter teamed up to stop Venom and Sandman. And, like, I love how, like, Venom dies with the pumpkin bomb. And, like, Eddie goes in there, and you can, for a split second, you can see Eddie's skeleton. It's pretty cool. I love this movie. And, like, Harry dying is very sad. I really, really wish they didn't cancel the fourth film. I really, really wanted to see a fourth film, because there was theories that Bruce Campbell plays in all 3 of the Spider-Man movies, because Bruce Campbell is his friends with Sam Raimi, because of both of them creating Evil Dead. And in the second movie, he says, I don't like untied shoelaces. It helps create the illusion or something. Theorizing he could have played Mysterio in a future Spider-Man movie. And that would have been very, 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 very cool. I really, really, really hoped they didn't cancel the fourth film. I really, really wanted to see Bruce Campbell in a Mysterio outfit. Alright. So I give Spider-Man 3 a 10 out of 10. At number 1, my favorite Spider-Man movie, and I'm going to tell you why I love this movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, there is going to be spoilers about this movie. And if you haven't watched the movie in theaters, well, tough luck. Because I'm saying stuff. This movie is absolutely phenomenal. This movie is doing good at the box office, $2 billion, and is now the highest grossing movie of 2026. It is so freaking good. I'm gonna tell you why. It's got the Punisher in it. It's got Scorpion, Jean Grey. Though I was most likely, and the Savage Hulk returning, we all know and love. I grew up watching a lot of the original Incredible Hulk TV series with Lou Ferrigno, the live-action TV series. I grew up with the Incredible Hulk. I grew up watching the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton, but not the one movie with Eric Bana. That was the only one we didn't have. And I've always watched a crap ton out of the TV series. I really loved the TV series. And I really loved, beating on my chest, like a gorilla, I think. I don't even know if Hulk beat it on his chest, but I always did it and roared when I was a kid. I loved Hulk. So that was one of the reasons why I love this movie, but another reason, the Punisher's in it. The Punisher is my favorite comic book hero, the Punisher is my favorite comic book character. Last year or 2 years ago, I started getting into adult comics. I started getting into The Punisher, Spawn, Sin City, that stuff. I was reading a lot about that. And yeah, I started liking The Punisher. I started watching the 3 films, the Dolph Lundgren 1989 film, the Thomas Jane 2004 movie, and the Ray Stevenson Punisher Warzone, which I think released in 2006 or 2008. I don't remember. But I loved Thomas Jane's and Ray Stevenson's, but not as much as Dolph Lundgren's. But I do like how the cameo with Batman and the Dolph Lundgren movie. That movie was released direct to video, not theatrically, but the other two were released theatrically, the Ray Stevenson and Thomas Jane. And John Bernthal does a magnificent performance as the Punisher. And another reason why I love this movie, Jean Grey. I love the actress to play her, Sadie Sink. She plays Max in Stranger Things, and she plays in these movies I haven't watched. They're on Netflix, called Fear Street. I haven't watched them yet, but she plays in 3 of them. I think she did very good as Jean Grey. Very emotional, of seeing her sister dying, and seeing the last things her sister saw in that room, with those numbers, and she got so mad she wanted to killed the black dude, I forgot his name, and Spider-Man was trying to stop her, and his powers mutating. It was very cool. And that last scene with him versus the Hand, he was being beaten until he took that thing off his neck, and his eyes turning black, and he was absolutely destroying the Hand. This movie was good. And the scene, the hospital scene was very emotional to see. I really thought Peter was going to die until the Punisher saved him. Yeah, the Punisher was trying to shoot Jean Grey, but Spider-Man went in the way to save her. Very emotional. It was very emotional. And the Punisher putting on the Spider-Man mask and just cheering. I love that scene. I love this movie. Oh, let's see. Oh, the Savage Hulk. Oh wait, I told you the story about that. I love him returning. It was very cool to see. Oh, and Scorpion, Matt Gargan. I love the actor to play him, because the actor to play him is Michael Mando, the same actor to voice Voz in Far Cry 3, the bald dude with the tattoos. I was really big into Far Cry 3 when I was like 10, 11, and like Voss was one of my favorite characters, and so yeah, I was very excited to see him, and I really do love the cameo in Spider-Man: Homecoming with the post credits. That was very cool. So I give this movie a 10 out of 10. That was probably my longest ranking I ever did with a single movie of how much I love this movie. Oh, I am out of breath. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoy this video. I really hope you do, and I really hope this recorded my voice, because like it's on my bed. Like I do this on my bed, so like, and like the under of my phone, like it has a microphone, and like if the thing is covered, it won't record my voice. So like I really hope it does record my voice, because one time it didn't, and it got me so mad. I had to redo that video. I don't remember which video it was. But I hope you like this video. I really enjoyed watching these movies. I didn't watch all of them again. I've recently just watched The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man Brand New Day. Those are the only two movies. But, oh, actually, I watched a little bit of Spider-Man 3 today. But, yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. I really did. Please don't hate me for like some of the rankings in here. So, hope you all like this. Peace.